The observer would like to advise that the following video comes with a trigger warning. The content in this video is of a sensitive nature, so please beware that the topic of this video may trigger you. The observer recommends that you consider your own mental health before you watch this video.
I felt it went really well. We got some really good feedback. Obviously, you're always going to get people in there that have got something different to say. That's just the internet. So I'm not even going to stress over it. But it went really well, and I'm glad we managed to do a little something for Charlene. Now, the reason this year we chose to do a bit of radio silence is there's two reasons. Now, the first reason I can't really go deeply into, but what I can say is we're kind of waded into some really murky waters, guys. And sometimes you've got to make your moves in complete and utter silence. And there's many different reasons for that. We've got a lot going on in the background. It's mental. It's mental. It's like something out of a film. You know, I wish I could talk more on it, but I'm not in a position to, guys. I don't even know if I'll ever truly speak about it, but we shall see down the line. Now, the second reason that we decided to go silent was after seeing the last newspaper article that came out featuring Karen and Bob, and there were some very interesting quotes that had been put in there by Karen, and we were concerned that we were going to see a switching story. It's not the first time that the story has changed. It's quite a common occurrence. So we were kind of sat waiting. Now, what we noticed during that period is Charlene's sister had also deactivated all of her accounts, had gone. So we knew that was something were afoot. We didn't know what were afoot, but we knew there was something brewing. You always know. We always know when there's something brewing. So we thought, you know what? Let's fall back this year and let them speak. If they're going to change the timeline or they're going to mix it up, you know, let them go for it. Let them have centre stage. Well, they said nothing. Absolutely nothing. So we were like scratching, you know, we were scratching his heads kind of thing. But there's a few more reasons that we believe there were a silence from the Downs camp this year. Now, recently, Karen and Bob have moved home, you know, and I'm sure everyone here understands how stressful it is moving home, you know, and that after getting all your shit moved, that you might actually fancy a little bit of a weekend getaway. You know, I like little weekend getaways. I were in Whitby the other weekend watching the illuminations of the Abbey winding down. So there's nothing unusual. You've moved house. The anniversary of your daughter's disappearance is upon the horizon. So what better to go and unwind with a cheeky little holiday? Now, what's interesting is most people might go to Skegness, Benidorm, you know, somewhere cheap, cheerful, get away from it, maybe a bit of sunshine. No, it seems Rebecca, Karen and Bob boarded a ferry to go see the lovely land of Ireland. Yes, Ireland. Now, what could they possibly be doing in Ireland, do we wonder? You know, it's a lovely place. People like to go sightseeing there. My partner's from Ireland. It's a beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful things to see. So there's no actually strange really about going and having a cheeky weekend in Ireland. That's what most people might do. But we're not dealing with most people, are we, guys? So what we can tell you is that the Downs family boarded a ferry to Ireland, where they went and met with a family member of a sex offender, where they then went to visit this sex offender in prison. Yeah. So your daughter's anniversary is coming up, and you lot have decided you all need to be going over to Ireland, right, to go see a sex offender. Now, it's not just any sex offender. Now, we've got a good few sex offenders now going on around the Downses and the Downses house. But this is a very, very special sex offender. Very special sex offender. Because we believe this sex offender played a part in essentially pimping Charlene out. Facilitated by members of Charlene's family. Now, why would the three of them, the three amigos, go over to Ireland to visit a sex offender who's currently serving 4 years for the sexual abuse of 2 children? So, we got wind of this. Well, first of all, we got a little bit of information that they'd taken a holiday and that the location possibly could have been Ireland. So myself and my admin team, we were in our private group, we were chatting, we were throwing things round, we didn't have any real proof, just that they'd obviously got on a ferry and gone to Ireland. But they could have gone to any part of Ireland. But luckily for us, I shouldn't even laugh. It so happens there was somebody on that ferry that recognised them and took some photos. Now, they've also said there were numerous ruckuses between all three on the ferry. So it didn't look like they were having a relaxing holiday. So you tell me, because the sex offender that they're going to visit has been very, very high up the suspect list for the involvement of Charlene's disappearance. It's somebody that they will stand by and support no matter what. Absolutely no matter what. Now, the sex offender that they went to visit is the man that Rebecca Downs moved in with. I'm not shocked, because I've done this now for 6 years, and there's just, at this point, right, there's just no shocking me. But what shocked me is so close to the anniversary, right, so close that were more of a priority, an absolute priority, to go over there and spend a weekend visiting a sex offender that has played a part in your daughter's abuse, but you're not bothered. What a cheeky visit. Now, we do know that Charlene's sibling has been going to see this sex offender since he's been in prison. She were also part of the court case, acting as his carer. I can personally say I witnessed it because I heard it. I was given a link to the Crown Court case. I then flew out for the actual verdict. So, because this is how important this sex offender is in Charlene's story, even though we have many sex offenders, is an extremely important one. Is one that's been able to control the Downs family in so many ways. And it's interesting that he pled guilty. He pled guilty. So therefore, he's admitted his offences. So why do you need to go visit him? Because you're visiting a nonce. You're getting on a boat and you're going to visit a sex offender. What is wrong with you? Now, this isn't the first time this has happened, because we do know Bob Downs actually visited the sex offender, Ray Monroe, in prison. So this isn't something particularly new. But I think what's a little bit more shocking in this case, guys, is all three of them have travelled over shortly before the anniversary. I wonder what conversations they were having. I wonder. I do. I wonder. Something's going on. Something is going on in the background. I've said for the last while now, I feel like the wheels are fully falling off the bus. Now, if we are going to see a story change at any point, I'm willing to bet my bottom dollar John McNally has given permission, because I am going to say his name. I shouldn't say his name, but I'm going to, because I'm not hiding the names of these sex offenders anymore. You know, it's as simple as that. And he's out there. And they've gone out there. They've gone out there to visit a sex offender. You can put the time and effort getting on a train, getting on a ferry, travelling through the night, because you got the 10:30 ferry and you didn't get there till 6:30 a.m. in the morning. So all that requires quite a lot of effort. You know, most probably not sleeping. Not for Charlene, not a word, nothing. Zip. Absolutely zip. Nada, nothing. That tells me an awful lot, guys. It tells me an awful lot. We're back again looking there. Because what's interesting is Charlene's case will take you down many roads. It'll chew you up. It'll spit you out. It's an absolute spider's web. And it's something I've been able to learn and navigate over these last 6 years. And it is not easy. It's extremely, extremely complex. There's so many truths mixed in with lies, and you've got to be able to unpick them apart. And it's it can be really, really, really difficult. But something is going on. Something's going on. When it comes to Charlene and the night Charlene went missing, I will die on this hill, guys. I will die on this hill. Members of the Downs family know where Charlene went. I will die on that hill. Even if somebody walks in to a police station now and confesses to murdering Charlene, I will still stand by that. So again, we're back. We go down all these roads and we're back there again. We're back at 109. We're back there with the trio. Because what we see during Charlene's case is John McNally, Rebecca Downs, and Karen Downs. I call them the three amigos. They are absolutely tight, thick as thieves. Bob's usually K-lined in a pub or on sofa. Bob's smashed. He doesn't even know what day it is sometimes. That's the truth. But we see this little group, the little three amigos, running round, conspiring, lying, and it's all throughout the case. Now, I have had access to an awful lot of information on Charlene's case. Ridiculous amounts. And I know other people have had the same or similar access over the years. There, I am under no illusion, they will more than likely agree when I say the biggest, well, the person that's misled this investigation more than anyone else, told so many lies, absolutely having the police chasing their asses all over, will not tell the truth, is Rebecca. And that's where we're back at again. Now, I'm not saying these things to be nasty or awful to Rebecca, but the truth's the truth. And you're out there publicly, you're putting your points of view and your story out there in public, and you're using your script, and that's your script. I've got a different script here, and my script makes your script look like absolute bullshit, so I'm calling it, and I'm going to keep calling it. Something is going on. For all of them people to sit down in a room for a weekend, so I'm sure there'll be more than one visit, something is absolutely going on here. Now, it will come to light. Whatever it is, it will come to light. Now, this is the way things work in Charlene's case. You'll get a very, very quiet period, and then all of a sudden, and my admin will attest to this, all of a sudden you get these really, really, really random things happening. It's a bit like a roller coaster, and you start going up and up, and then something happens, or you get a major piece of information. So I am sat now waiting. I believe the universe wanted me to know that they'd gone over there. For God's sake, it sent me fucking pictures. I couldn't believe it. I literally, when I got the message, I literally spat my tea out. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that somebody that I've never ever communicated with, right, had sent me, right, a full rundown, right, with photographic evidence of this trip. I couldn't believe it. So my ears are pricked up, and I'm listening because there's something more to come. There's absolutely something more to come. Now, we do know that Rebecca is back on Facebook. She's not using that profile name. We're not going to give out her profile name. But what I am going to say is that the name that she's chosen is not good. She don't worry, she's not you Charlene wrote like that. But no. So there's something going on in the background. And interestingly, this profile says they're married. Now, I've heard a rumour circulating for months and months, and I usually have a general rule here. If it's not about Charlene, it's none of my business. So if people come and say, I have seen Bob in the pub, having a drink, or I've seen Karen in, McDonald's or whatever, it's not something I'll go repeat. But I've heard this quite a few times now. I heard, and I could be wrong, so this is only rumour, that Rebecca had become engaged. Now, I'm not going to name that person, but I think you can all work it out. Yes. So like I say, maybe her relationship status has changed. Maybe in Karen and Bob are now somebody's in-laws. Imagine that. Your in-laws. Could you imagine? So like I say, we're not going to name the name we've been told. But I think because it all fits quite nicely, that I am actually going to mention it. So we know summer is going off, guys. It's going to be a matter of time. We'll sit and we'll wait. We clearly saw a timeline change on the last article. I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt that it could have been a mistake. in the article, even though I know that the actual journalist who wrote the article absolutely knows Charlene's case inside and out. So it's not a mistake I would expect them to put in. If I think, you know, I'd assume they'd take it out. So I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt there. But over the years, we have seen a timeline change. Now, if it is a timeline change and we're back to, I came across Charlene and Rebecca at the promenade. Timeline's on its gone. It's on its ass. It's literally on its ass, and we will be taking some action about that, because at this point it's disgusting. I think when people get a sense of not having to take responsibility or feel like they may be above the law or that they've been cleared in some way, you know, that they get a bit above the stations, you know, and they get to a point where they just think they can say anything and there's no repercussions. Well, if this is the case now, that it has changed to the prom, that does have repercussions. It has massive repercussions. It absolutely destroys that timeline. The timeline's already in tatters. We were just down to Church Street. We were literally just down to proving Church Street meeting did not happen. That's where we were at as far as we were concerned. If we could prove that the Church Street meeting didn't happen, that we could collapse the timeline. That's it. It was game over for the timeline. So the fact now it's being changed to the prom, right, is very, very... That means it's game over. Timeline's gone. It's on its arse. There's got to be some form of repercussions for that. You can't just keep running around changing stuff, because ultimately this is their child. What are you doing? Don't you want a found? You can't keep changing really important stuff. The last sighting of Charlene's important. Well, if that were the last sighting. But as far as the police are concerned and everyone else concerned, it's a really, really important time. And for that then not to happen, because what that means is, if that meeting didn't happen on Church Street, it means the two witnesses that are putting statements and one that's attended court is lying. She's calling them liars then, isn't she? And then that opens a whole new Pandora's box, doesn't it, guys? Whole new... So, I don't know if they thought that comment through, like in the long run. Like, really, because seriously, by saying that, you are calling the other witnesses liars. It puts all of their evidence then, puts all that in a bad light. People might not believe what they have said. So we won't know where Charlene is. We'll only know the only confirmed sighting is on the CCTV. That's confirmed. These are the witnesses that did see her down at the arcades around tea time with her sister, Rebecca, you know, and these are people that did know Charlene and actually saw her on a regular basis. So they weren't necessarily just associates that might bump into her once in a while, you know. So to me, I put weight in them particular witnesses. So we got to just wait and see. We've got to wait and see. I don't know. I can't get my mind round if that timeline now flips after 21 years. It just leaves everything on its arse. And not only that, I'll tell you what it does. It points a big, massive red arrow right back to 109 Buchanan Street, right back to the family. That's what it does. They just keep bringing it on top for themselves. We have spent, oh God, I've spent years looking at so many different suspects, so many different routes. If you seriously inboxed me and said, Renee, I swear to God, on 1st of November, I saw Charlene getting abducted by aliens in a field, I'd investigate it. Even if I thought you were talking out your backside, I would look at it. I'm not homed in, set on one thing that's happened. As far as I'm concerned, as soon as I get new information in about Charlene's case, I'm excited. I don't care if it takes me completely in a different direction to where I've been going. That's all part of it. That's all part of your investigation that we're doing. So we are waiting with bated breath. Now, what I am going to give you a little update on is during this year, I have been working with a production company for a 3-part documentary. Now, it's not all going to be about Charlene. Charlene is going to be getting mentioned. And what I want to say is that I had an absolute fantastic time filming with these people. They were absolutely amazing. You know, we got on so well. And they keep, even now, I keep getting phone calls and messages, or if I'm not phoning to them, we're coming back for you. We're coming back for you. We're going to do more filming with you. So I was really lucky. I were only supposed to do a short segment actually on the documentary just about Charlene. I met with this team. They came to Bradford. We went for a cheeky Nando's and we walked out of there like best mates. We had an absolute ball. I did my segment and then I was asked by the producer to come along with a few others and narrate the whole 3-part documentary. So I can't give you a release date because I don't have it right now. I can't give you the full content either. What I did post is because that's something that is out there in TV land. So I thought that's okay to post. What I am going to say is the day will come for the Charlene documentary. And it will be one hell of a documentary. It will be an absolute smash hit. Like I say, we've got so many mad things going on right now in background. You know, it's just, I feel like I'm in an episode of Walking Dead or something like that. Things are getting spicy. Things are getting spicy. I have considered doing my own documentary because I have got people around me that can help actually do that, put it together, film it. The issue is I will get my ass sued. I won't be able to help myself, so I need somebody. The professionals need to make sure I don't get sued. That's where I'm at. I need a legal team, you know, because it needs all of it needs to be out there in the public. It needs to go to a wider audience. Now, Channel 5 did cover some of the stuff in their documentary, especially the 3rd part, but there's an awful lot more that needs to come out. Absolutely loads more that needs to come out, guys, publicly. The stuff the public should know. And this isn't hating on Charlene's family and Listen, if we weren't here, there'd be nothing getting done for Charlene. Nothing. Nada. So we're in our space, we stay in our lane, we do our thing, and we do it for Charlene. You know, some people might not like it, others do. That's just life. We will continue to do what we're going to do because ultimately we're here to try and get justice for Charlene. I can't wait till I can get to a point where I can speak a lot more freely about the things that are going on. I find it a struggle because I've always been really open and honest with you guys about stuff that, you know, have been going on and use you guys as like a comfort and done lives. But we've had to really switch things up and we've had to really move in silence. So it's been really hard because I like to catch you all up. You know, finding new stuff out and I can't even come over and share them and get into them debates and stuff. It's radio silence, but I know in the end it's all going to be for the right reasons I know what my end goal is, and I'm going to achieve it. You know, Charlene is going to get some goddamn justice. I'll make sure of it. Whether we can bring her home's another matter, but we will get her some justice. You know, because ultimately we won't stop until we do. So that is what we've been up to. So, forgot to mention, I have been in and given a proper lecture at a university. Oh yeah. Thought I was going to throw up. I literally thought I was going to throw up, guys. But I did really, really well. And then they invited me to come back in and speak with some forensic psychology students and stuff. So that's been really, really fun. Like I say, I've not even posted that up on the group because I've got to do a lot of radio silence right now. You know, and there's a good reason. There's a good reason for that. And it's not because we're getting threats or legal action or we've been told, not all. But we're in different territory. And my safety, my family's safety is paramount. So we've got a reason for everything that we do over here. So, right then. Let's have some cheeky comments. Let's have a look. So, questions. Does anyone want to ask me some questions, guys? So, fire away. There's a little bit of a lag there. You know, that's as much as I can kind of really fill you in at the moment. Like I say, once I have a release date, I'll be able to give you further information. I am actually looking forward to it. I had a great time filming, you know, and I think I'll have done Charlene proud and all of you proud as well.